What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Meal Prep. Yes, we are meal prepping. Have you been liking the new content so far? A lot more gym footage. I have. I hope you have. But anyway, today we are about to make something that will warm the soul. And I know I say that a lot, but it's cold outside. So even here in Texas, it is cold. Wow, I'm talking really fast. Let me slow down. I'm about to leave again on another trip. I'm going to Florida for 10 days. It's not fun, it's all work. So you might be wondering, what are we making today? Well, we are making hamburger soup. Yes, sounds weird, right? But I guarantee you, it's going to be good. At least I think it's going to be good because I kind of thought it up. But anyway, are you ready to do this? Let's get started. Now, we're not going to be using like beef for the hamburger. We're going to use ground turkey. You could use beef if you want like a 97%, fat-free version, but I've got like 4 or 5 packages of these, so this is what we're using. So let's go ahead and get started on the things that are going to take the longest. That's browning the meat and actually, peeling on these potatoes. Because you can't have hamburgers without potatoes, right? Like French fries. But we're gonna do a little different. They're gonna go in the soup, all right? So I have a skillet right here that is preheating. I'm gonna spray a little bit of olive oil spray, and then we're gonna put the ground turkey in the skillet. Okay, so one trick I learned when cooking like beef or turkey, and I don't want to use like oil in the pan, is if you cover it with a top, it'll start to steam and it'll make its own juice. That way you don't have to add oil. Just cover it, let it cook, for about 5 minutes or so. Come back and keep breaking up the meat, and then you can add your seasonings, cover it back up, and then let it finish cooking. So let's go ahead and get started on peeling the potatoes because they take the longest and nobody likes peeling and cutting potatoes. All right, so go ahead and peel your potatoes however you want. If you get like red bliss potatoes, you probably could leave the skin on. Any style of potato will work. These are yellow golden potatoes. It's what they had at Costco. Peeled them all. If you don't have a peeler, go get one. You can get them at the dollar store for like $1 or $2, but just a cheap peeler. All right, I'm gonna cube these up. Not too small, not too big, just bite-sized so they can go in the soup. One thing I suggest is investing in a good set of knives. This is a chef knife. This costs about $12 at IKEA. It's really sharp when you first get it, and then over time it's gonna dull out, so you have to keep, sharpen your knives. Dull knives can do more damage if you accidentally cut yourself than a sharp knife would. Invest in a good set of knives. All right, let's see how much potatoes. That was 5 big potatoes, and that's going to equate to about 940 grams of potatoes. I think the ground turkey is ready enough to add some seasonings and start letting some of that juice cook off. Come look and see what I was talking about when I say that if you put a top on it, it will make its own juice. All right, so you see I didn't have to add any oil because, look, that's plenty enough. It's not dried out. But one thing that ground turkey does lack is flavor. Beef just naturally has a different kind of flavor. Like, you don't need to add very much to like when you're making a hamburger. You can just make a patty, salt and pepper, and you're good to go. You try to do that with ground turkey and you're in for a bit of a surprise. Anytime I'm cooking ground turkey like a hamburger or something like that, I always add Worcestershire sauce, just 2 tablespoons. This will really change the flavor of the meat. So just 2 tablespoons of that. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of Montreal steak seasoning by McCormick. Now with the crushed red pepper, if you don't like it too spicy, you can always cut back on your portion, make it maybe 1/4 teaspoon, 1/8 teaspoon. It's totally up to you. Depends on how spicy you like it. If you don't like spicy at all, then go ahead and totally omit it. All right, we're going to add 2 cloves of garlic. That's a big one, it won't even fit. Gotta cut it in half. All right, right, so let's go ahead and add our vegetables. I have a red bell pepper, we have a green bell pepper, we have a white onion, we have some celery, I have a jalapeno here. I already took the seeds out in the stem. You cut down on the heat when you take out the seeds and the stem, so this is just more for flavoring. So we're using 110 grams of red bell pepper. And then that's roughly 105 grams of green bell pepper. All right, that's 112 grams of celery. That's 115 grams of white onion. I'm only going to use half of the onion because it's a lot. So we'll go ahead and put that in. All right, so everything's been cut up. I got all the red peppers, green peppers, onions, and everything else in the pan, diced up, okay? We're gonna go ahead and add our wet ingredients. I'm gonna use 1 can of low sodium chicken broth, 30 ounces of tomato paste, and I'm gonna use 1 can of kidney beans. Now, this is no salt added. Even still, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, rinse it off first before I put it in the soup. So anytime you use beans out of the can, make sure you rinse them really well, and then we'll add 1 bay leaf. All right, let's get to opening these up and putting these in. All right, so I'll let that cook for a few minutes. Red peppers and onions are softened. And let's go ahead and add those ingredients we were talking about earlier. I have 2 cans of the Hunt's tomato sauce, which is roughly 30 ounces. Let's go ahead and add chicken broth. And then 1 of the bay leaves. All right, we're gonna let this simmer for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll add the potatoes. Let's go ahead and add the potatoes. This will cook for about 45 minutes to an hour on low. You might want to get a bigger pan next time. All right, folks, that's my hamburger soup. So I'll see you back in about 35 to 40 minutes. All right, so it's been about 35 minutes. Let's go ahead and add the kidney beans in. Now, you could use black beans or whatever type of beans. I'm putting beans in it to make it more hearty. I mean, you can do whatever you want. This is your soup. That's the great thing about meal prep. If you want to make this recipe and you want to omit something or add something else, you can. But that's it, folks. I'm gonna let this cook for another 5 minutes or so, and then let's go ahead and serve this up and do a taste test, because I am hungry. I love meal prepping. Meal prepping has made my life so much easier. I save money, I eat healthier. I go into the refrigerator, I already know what I'm going to eat. Now, some people says I can't eat the same thing day after day. That's why you have to season your food. You have to make it flavorful. I couldn't eat chicken, plain bland chicken, plain rice, and plain broccoli day after day. After the second day, I'm done. I need some barbecue sauce or something over it. But something like this, something that's different, I can eat this for 3 to 4 days. So I typically meal prep something different for lunch and something different for dinner. I get a lot of variety with my snacks. So I eat different snacks every day. So I'm not eating the same exact thing day after day after day. I'm tired of talking, so let's go ahead and serve me up a serving of this, and then I'll let you know how it tastes, because this is the first time I've made it. Now you can go ahead and top it with some cheese if you like cheeseburger hamburger soup. So let's go ahead and top it with a little bit of cheese. I'm only using about 25 grams, not even a full cup. There you go. You just mix that all up. Ooh, this is so good. Honest review time. If I don't like it, you'll never see this video. If I like it, you'll see this video. All right, here we go. All right, so honest review, this is really good. I didn't add a lot of salt because the chicken broth had salt and other seasonings had salt in it. If you want to, add more salt, I would suggest just adding it as you eat. That way, if someone else is eating it, you're not ruining it for them. For me and my taste buds, this is plenty salty enough. All right, folks, that's another recipe in the bag. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Smash that like button. If you made it this far and you watched the whole video, go ahead and comment below hamburger. That's right, hamburger. And if you make, this version of this recipe and you put your spin on it, I don't care, whatever you do, go ahead and tag me in Instagram, Good Day Sonya, and let me see what you come up with. All right, folks. Lastly, we are on this road to 35K by the end of the year. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification, so when I upload, you are notified. All right, that's all the promoting I got to say right about now. So you know what I say, stay focused, stay positive, and keep it moving. I'll see you next time. Peace.